Man, let me tell y'all, I have emotions. Yes, I have emotions, like everybody else. But my emotions are intense. They hit me like a ton of bricks. It's crazy because I've always been a pretty emotional person throughout my life. Even as a kid, I would get very moody, I would have an attitude, like I would just be a ball of emotion most of the time. Emotions are a funny thing because they are really important for us as human beings to, help guide us through certain things, but also can be very damaging to us if we don't have any control over our emotions. And I very much had to learn this the hard way. Let me tell y'all, today I had a day. I had a day. It was very testing to the work I've been putting in for my own personal emotional regulation. So basically, what happened today was I'm dealing with this love triangle situation, as I probably have mentioned in the past. I just was super overwhelmed with feelings today. I don't know why. I don't know why today, out of all days, it chose to just arise because yesterday I was fine and today I just seem to spiral. And I I really wasn't handling it well. And I was doing the best I could to not be reactive in that state. But let me tell you, it was very hard. It was very hard. And I'm gonna be honest, I took a couple L's. I definitely did text the person that I'm dealing with in the love triangle, and they asked for space. And I was kind of being very selfish because I was putting my emotions over the request. And that wasn't fair. However, I will say how strong the emotions were today, I didn't go overboard. So I kind of pat myself on the back for that one, but I clearly can tell I need more work and more practice when it comes to regulating my emotions and not letting them make me reactive. I feel like the craziest part about managing your emotions in general is you're aware that you're not supposed to be doing these things. And yet you still feed into these impulses because your brain's making you feel like you need these things to feel better, which is not the truth. The last job I worked at, it was really interesting because I really wanted to go in there with my best foot forward and try and get promoted and be, somebody at the company. Things did not play out the way that I wanted them to. And at the time, I did not have any type of emotional regulation. I was very much the person to wear their heart on the sleeve. When I walked in a room, if I was upset, I would shift the entire energy of a room. And I hate that because I hate to have that much power over, the people that I'm around, but it's just like my energy is just so strong that it shifts everybody else's energy and makes them feel uncomfortable. And that's not okay. But at the job, I was running through so many problems and I was just so frustrated because there was a lot of things that were happening that was unfair in my perception. Because it was a small company, there was really no way to like complain or get your grievances out. If the owner felt like this was what it was, then that's what it was, and you just had to deal with it. So it made it hard working there at times, and it made my quality of life pretty bad. And so I would always come in just angry at work. It wasn't every day because I did like my coworkers, but whenever a situation would happen that was at work that just was not pleasant for me or did not go my way, I just had such a terrible attitude and it just was not translating well. And it was just making the situation worse. And it was making the tension worse with me and the boss. And it just wasn't helping me at all. And I want to be clear, it's not to say that you're not justified to be upset with whatever it is that you're upset with. But you also have the power to not let those things make you so reactive and dictate your actions. In that situation, it was not fair to create that environment for my coworkers or the customers that were coming into the store. I signed up for that job, and the job expected me to be friendly and to create a positive work environment. And I was letting the things that were bothering me and I was upset about just go out and spread to everybody else. And again, that's just not okay. I think a key moment in me understanding how to regulate my emotions more was when I got really upset about a situation that happened. And after it happened, it left me with so many strong, intense emotions. And I just did not want to feel them. But I had to let myself sit with them because avoiding them wasn't going to do me any good. It was just going to prolong how long it was going to take me to deal with them and get over it. And so I just sat there and just breathed and did some breath work. And eventually, all those intense emotions just dissipated. And it just surprised me so much because I've done this before, but it's been on a smaller scale. So when it came to those such strong emotions that I was going through, I did not expect it to completely go away. I thought it was going to linger, and it didn't. And it just really shifted my perception on how I handle my emotions and just being more aware of my emotions and not letting them have more control over me. Like I said, today wasn't a good showing of that for me, but I'm becoming more aware more and more as I go through it and trying to find better ways of handling it. Because for some of us, and I know I speak for myself, it is not the easiest thing to just sit with my emotions and let them come and go, especially when it feels like fight or flight. It just makes you so erratic. It just makes you so lost and all over the place, and that's not where you want to be. Nobody wants to be there. Calm. If you want to manage your emotions better, I would say mind your thinking and try not to think as much because thinking will just lead to you dwelling on something and just let that emotion come even further and fester. Whereas if you just sit and just let yourself be, the emotion will come, it will do its thing, show you its beautiful self, and then it'll leave. Try not to overthink. I'm definitely a perpetrator of doing that, and that can definitely send you into a downward spiral as well. And assumptions. Assumptions are a big one. Assumptions are something that will make your emotions go wild, especially if you allow yourself to run crazy with them. It is so easy for us to think that we have all the information, and then we our brains are looking for patterns to put together so then you can make an assumption. But again, that's all it is an assumption. You do not have facts to back up these claims. So do not stress yourself and create more emotional discomfort for yourself by latching onto assumptions that you create. Do not stress yourself or make more emotional discomfort for yourself and latch on to assumptions that your brain creates. The key thing to me is to just be aware and just stay aware of your emotions and notice them and not just let them live through you. And lastly, I'd say give yourself grace because changing something that you've been doing for a long time is not the easiest thing. It takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of intentional effort, and it takes consistency. Going through the journey, you're going to have a lot of ups and downs, just like I did. I had an L day today, but I'm okay with that because I reflected, I looked at where I went wrong, and I'm going to use that to better myself the next time I go through a similar situation. So that's all we can do. Just pay attention, be aware, and make the change. But let me know if you struggle like me, if you have issues with emotional regulation, some things that you do to help better your emotional regulation. Drop a comment, let me know. I would love to talk about it. But thanks, guys.